In the vast expanse of the ocean, where the water glistens under the sun and the wind blows, creating an endless rhythm of waves, the sardine fishing journey of fishermen on modern boats begins before dawn. The fishing boat, dozens of meters long, equipped with a GPS positioning system, fish-finding radar, and advanced sonar sensors, gently leaves the harbor in the quiet darkness, heading out to the sea where schools of sardines often appear seasonally. The fishermen, familiar with the rhythm of life at sea, start their workday by checking the machinery, preparing the trawl nets, and adjusting the parameters on the central control panel. Below the boat is a deep freeze storage compartment, continuously cooled to preserve the fish immediately after being caught, helping to maintain maximum freshness when brought to shore. After many hours of traveling, the sonar system detects the signal of a large group of sardines moving at medium depths. Immediately, the captain ordered the high-powered trawl net to be released behind the ship. The net is designed with specialized meshes, large enough to hold the sardines without damaging the fish, and can be preliminarily classified by size during the collection process. During the trawling process, the automatic control system helps maintain the appropriate speed and direction, avoiding panic and scattering the fish. When the net is full, the hydraulic net winder will slowly pull the net back to the deck, where the fishermen are ready to sort the fish using an automatic conveyor. After being brought up, the sardines will be immediately washed with cold sea water, then transferred to the storage compartment using a hands-free conveyor system, ensuring hygiene standards and product quality. There are days when the sea is calm. The work goes smoothly. But there are also times when the weather becomes harsh with big waves and heavy rain. Making the fishing process a race with nature. However, with extensive experience and discipline, the fishermen still persevere in carrying out their tasks. They coordinate well with each other, from adjusting the net, monitoring the fish on the radar screen to handling the fish on the deck. Each person has a position, a stage, but all aim for the common goal of getting the best yield in the shortest time. When the hold is full of fish, the ship will turn back to port. On the way back, the entire system continues to operate to maintain the temperature, ensuring that the fish does not lose quality. Upon arrival at port, the sardines are quickly transferred to processing plants or wholesale markets for consumption. That journey, repeated every season, is an important link in the seafood supply chain, both modernizing and maintaining the fisherman's spirit of perseverance. Based on technology and human intelligence, each voyage is not only a way to make a living but also a testament to the harmony between tradition and modernity, between humans and the vast ocean. Under the gentle afternoon light on the horizon, when the modern ship gradually docks after a long voyage, the fishermen still do not allow themselves to rest immediately. They take the opportunity to clean the deck, maintain equipment, check the trawl nets and update data from the central computer system on the yield, fish school location, and sea weather conditions in the coming days. Everything is carefully recorded to serve the next voyage, because for them, Each trip is a valuable lesson drawn from practical experience and the constant changes of the ocean. In the cold hold of the ship, batches of sparkling silver sardines are neatly arranged on stainless steel trays. Ready to be transferred to the processing plant in a closed process chain. Here, the fish will be cleaned, carefully classified by size, then put into modern processing lines such as steaming, smoking, canning or freezing whole. All are closely monitored by quality control experts to ensure that each product meets export standards to the most demanding markets in the world such as Japan, Europe or the US. Behind each delicately packaged sardine product are countless drops of sweat, courage and intelligence of people working silently in the middle of the ocean. Modern technology has helped them reduce manual labor, increase productivity, protect aquatic resources and maintain stability in the marine environment. Satellite positioning systems combined with digital maps help them avoid overfishing, not harming other seafood species or areas in need of conservation. In addition, many ships are also equipped with onboard wastewater treatment systems, contributing to reducing pollution in the ocean. All of these improvements show a sustainable and responsible fishing trend that the modern fishing industry is aiming for. But behind those technologies is still the passionate heart of fishermen, people who wake up every day in the middle of the ocean, quietly facing storms, big waves and nostalgia for the mainland to bring nutritious food to millions of families. Life on board is not always easy. They have to live in a small space, lack amenities, eat simple food, face loneliness and sometimes danger from storms. But it is the camaraderie, the spirit of solidarity and pride in the work they are doing that has become the motivation to help them continue to stick with the profession. There are evenings, when the work is done, the fishermen sit together on the deck, watching the sparkling stars. Telling old stories, sharing dreams of big fishing seasons. They laugh and talk simply, but hidden within is strength and faith in tomorrow. And so, the ships leave the dock, heading towards the horizon, continuing their endless journeys, catching schools of silver-white sardines in the vast ocean. Each journey is a silent epic, where people not only conquer nature but also know how to live in harmony with it, utilizing knowledge and technology to nurture the ocean, protect livelihoods and build a sustainable future for traditional fisheries in the new era. In the shimmering harbor lights reflecting on the water, the fishermen leave their boats, quietly step ashore, carrying on their shoulders not only the fruits of many days of labor but also the pride of those working at sea. But when the harbor is just behind them, their minds are already imagining the next trip, where the ocean never stops changing. Where schools of sardines are still moving, and where every wave carries the whisper of the sea's call. For them, the sea is not only a place to make a living but also a second home, a close friend, a place where every wind, every salty smell, every cry of seagulls becomes as familiar as flesh and blood. The modern profession of catching sardines on boats has gone far beyond the primitive image of the past. Now, Each fishing boat is a mobile production unit in the middle of the sea, with a closed process, high efficiency and absolute respect for the laws of nature. They are not simply looking for fish, but also for a balance between human needs and the ocean's ability to regenerate. Catch monitoring systems are integrated with satellite data and national databases to help control fishing grounds, avoiding overfishing or the wrong season. Each trip is clearly licensed. Linked to the concept of traceability, so that when people eat a piece of sardine, they can know exactly where, when, and by whom it was caught. This is a testament to the increasing transparency and professionalism of the seafood industry. In addition, the application of automation technology also helps reduce work accidents and improve the quality of life on board. Some modern ships also have airtight bedrooms, clean dining rooms, air-conditioned rest areas and satellite internet connections so sailors can call home or update the news while at sea for weeks at a time. These changes, though small, are very meaningful to people who are used to living simply and accepting hardship. No matter how advanced technology is, the human factor is always at the center of every trip. The experienced captain is still the one who makes the most important decisions in terms of orientation, choosing when to drop the net and reacting to unusual fluctuations. Young sailors still have to learn every operation from their predecessors, how to read the wind direction, predict the waves, understand the language of the fish through the sonar screen, or simply how to keep their spirits up when the ship is rocking in the dark of night. It is from this inheritance that the maritime profession continues to live, continues to stand firm in the age of technology. The story of catching sardine is not just a technical process, but a humane journey, where sweat, experience and respect for nature blend into a complete cycle. When the first rays of the new day rise over the sea, when the sound of the ship's engine resounds from the fishing port, the fishermen once again leave the mainland, carrying with them their faith, hope and aspiration to conquer the sea with their diligent hands and modern minds. They understand that the ocean never sleeps, and they themselves, the courageous, persistent and dedicated people, will always be an indispensable link in the lifeblood of the sea and the marine economy of a country that is reaching out to the world. And so, each fishing season comes and goes like the tides, but the fisherman's love for the sea never dries up. With the sardine fishing profession in particular, they understand the laws of nature, understand when the fish migrate to shore, when to lower the nets and when to rest to preserve aquatic resources. On each boat, besides the trawl nets and modern machinery, there are also notebooks meticulously recording the fishing season, water area, yield and experience in handling situations. These are valuable intangible assets passed down from generation to generation. The crystallization of a lifetime of drifting in the ocean. Many young people have chosen to return to follow in their father's footsteps, not because of the leisurely or wealthy job, but because of pride in the seafaring profession and the desire to master modern technology in their own homeland. Maritime training schools, seafood research centers, and seminars on smart fishing gear are gradually changing the face of the sardine fishing industry, integrating Vietnam's fisheries more deeply into the global supply chain. Now, Vietnamese sardine products not only serve the domestic market but are also present in supermarkets and high-end restaurants in many countries, contributing greatly to the country's seafood export turnover. However, the modernization journey is still continuing. To maintain efficiency and sustainability, modern fishing vessels must constantly upgrade technology, use fuel economically, and apply environmentally friendly solutions such as nets to avoid juvenile fish, devices to repel mammals, and onboard waste treatment systems. At the same time, policies to support fishermen, from credit, insurance, fishing port infrastructure to developing output markets, also need to be synchronized to ensure that those who are clinging to the sea will not be left behind. Because without them, there would be no fresh fish on the dining table, no seafood products bearing the national brand, and no national flags fluttering on ships in the middle of the ocean. Every time a ship sets sail, it is not just a matter of output or profit, but also a part of sovereignty, of the silent patriotism conveyed in each time the net is lowered, each hydraulic pull resounding in the morning mist. The fishermen, simple but great, are the living embodiment of the spirit of resilience, sticking to the sea, protecting the sea and getting rich from the sea. And then, in the middle of the night on the ocean, when all the lights are off, leaving only the stars and the sound of the waves, they lie on the deck, dreaming of the mainland, of family meals, and not forgetting to dream of a big catch tomorrow, not only a full hold of sardines, but also full of hope for a brighter, more sustainable future for the traditional fishing profession in a world that is constantly changing in recent years. Climate change and human impact on the marine environment have also posed new challenges to the sardine fishing industry. Rising sea temperatures, changing ocean currents, and reduced oxygen levels in the water have all directly affected the migration and reproduction habits of sardines, a small fish species that is extremely sensitive to natural conditions. There are seasons when, despite boats being fully equipped with modern fish-finding equipment, fishermen still have to roam for days to catch a school of fish large enough to cast their nets. The trips take longer. Consume more fuel, and require more perseverance. However, in adversity, the spirit of innovation, creativity, and fortitude of fishermen is even more evident. They are no longer just fishermen, but have become environmental data analysts who work closely with marine scientists, sharing information to build real-time forecasting models for sardine populations. They learn to read sea surface temperature charts, observe the density of plankton, the main food source of sardines, to predict areas where fish schools are likely to appear. Modern ships are now also connected to satellites and a network of other ships, forming a flexible and sensitive information system. Every new discovery in the middle of the ocean, every small signal from the radar can also become a valuable clue for the entire fleet to coordinate. In this way, fishing efficiency is not only improved but also contributes to reducing wasteful fishing. protecting young fish, ensuring long-term resource maintenance. From another perspective, many fishermen also proactively participate in sustainable fishing certification programs, such as MSC or VietGap, to increase the value of their products. They understand that the modern world not only requires output but also requires transparency, traceability, and commitment to the environment. Therefore, each sardine brought from the sea is not only food, but also a commitment to responsibility and ethics in exploiting marine resources. They install surveillance cameras on their ships, store electronic logs, use nets that do not harm other species, and strictly comply with fishing regulations. Thanks to that, sardines caught according to international standards are increasingly prioritized for import by large markets at high prices. Creating a stable and sustainable source of income for the fishing community. At the same time, life on board is gradually improving. Many new generation fishing boats are designed with comfortable sleeping compartments, electric